you ready for some football?
Yo, what is up, everybody, and welcome to a special 8 p.m. edition, Wednesday edition of Flight Club Football. I am your host, TBK, the Baltimore Kid, alongside Chris Pizaya, and we are officially headed into Week 8 of the NFL season. Chris, look, if anybody actually watches the show, they're probably like, look, I'm tired of this guy, man. He says the same thing every freaking week. Oh yeah, the NFL's crazy. The week this week has been nuts. Well,
it is.
It is. We were talking.
Did you see the Giant Bronco game?
Oh my gosh. We were talking. Is it Tuesday? Oh, it is Tuesday. I take back everything I said. It's not a special Wednesday edition. It's just a special 8 p.m. edition. Thank you, love. And look at that. I don't even drink anymore. No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry, everybody. But anyway, so like I said, crazy week of football. Yes, we will definitely talk about the Broncos-Giants game. Earl, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, my friend. Glad to have you, man. So anyway, we have a lot to cover. We're obviously going to make our picks. You guys stick around, make your picks right along with us. But let's not waste any time, man. Let's jump right into this. Jets fans, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything I ever said. Please forgive me. I clearly don't know what I'm talking about. I said at the beginning of the season that I had such high hopes for Justin Fields. I figured brand new environment, team that he could mold himself around. And there was a particular person who, when we put out our first video, Chris, this guy was all over me. He was like, "What are you talking about? It's Justin Fields." And he was, "Sir, you were right." Forgive me, please. I'm sorry. So Chris, with all that in mind, is this the end of the Justin Fields experiment with the New York Jets?
I would think for now, especially after the comments that Jets owner Woody Johnson made today, basically saying it's hard when you have a quarterback with the rating that we've got. Oof. If you look at any head coach with a quarterback like that, you're going to see similar results. If we can just complete a pass, it would look good. So when the owner is saying that, that's usually not a good thing, right? So
right.
I'm going to assume the Justin Fields experiment is going to be over for at least this week. I mean, listen, you go into Tyrod Taylor, which, listen, the guy's been around forever, veteran guy, whatever.
Yeah.
But they have no choice because Fields has been that bad. He's just been awful. Like, he's just not throwing the ball. He's holding on to it too long. And he's just, it's just really, really, really bad, in every sense of the word, awful. So his QBR rating is 36.5. I mean, he hasn't thrown a pick yet, but he also hasn't thrown many passes. He's only thrown 4 touchdowns in 6 starts. So I don't know. At this point, why not? But I think at the beginning of the year, really quick, we'll just go over this quick. At the beginning of the year, when they signed him, they knew he was not good. I mean, this is his 3rd team in 5 years, right? So that shows you right off the bat, you're not getting anybody that good, right? So you're basically taking a flyer. You're hoping, man, if this maybe, if we build an offense around him in certain ways and maybe it'll work right and all this, it's not going to work out. So their thinking is, hey, if it doesn't work out, we're going to get probably the number 1 pick in next year's draft, and that's when we'll get our quarterback. So they're basically, as sad as it is, they're basically punting the season, you know.
Yeah.
And it's sad because now you got the defense playing well. And, if you had a competent quarterback, the Jets could have had themselves, maybe 3 wins at this point, and they would be in the mix for a playoff spot. But right now they're definitely not,
Right.
0-7. So not looking good, going nowhere fast. So it is what it is. It'll be Tyrod Taylor, and we'll go from there. I don't know what's next, but it's Tyrod Taylor probably this week.
I mean, I was gonna say just real quick, like as a Jets fan, what do you think it's gonna take to finally get this team out of just loss purgatory, QB hell? Like, has there ever been a top to bottom just stripping of personnel in NFL? Like, I'm talking everybody's got to go. Like, has there ever been one of that magnitude that you're aware of? Because I think at this point, what do you do?
You know what? You got the new head coach, you got the GM. So now you got them looking at this team for the whole season and saying, okay, this is our system now. What players are going to fit our system going forward? Right. So now they got a firsthand look at that. It's one thing to see guys on film and say, oh, he might be good for us. This guy, I don't know about. But now you actually watching him in your system, performing right in front of you. Now you could tell, okay, this guy he's coming back next year. This guy we could trade. This guy's not coming back, whatever. Right. So I think going into the offseason, they're going to have a better idea of the guys that are on the roster, of who's going forward and who's not coming back next season. Right. They listen, they got their 4 or 5 guys that they know they're going to go forward with, right? Garrett Wilson, Sauce Gardner, Quinnen Williams. Those guys are coming back. Jamie and Sherwood. Right. Those guys, right. The offensive line is really good. Tight end that we drafted this year is really good. So there are pieces, right? They're just not enough. So
Right.
this was definitely going to take more than 1 year. One year, one off season, one draft, all that. And next year, obviously, we're going to have a really good draft pick. So it's going to be a quarterback. They got to take their shot again. And, crossing my fingers, hopefully this is the right one,
Right.
We'll see.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I just, man, like I said, at the beginning of the season, I had really high hopes. I was just, I don't know. I don't, obviously, I don't know what I was thinking because, like I said, that guy who was nailing me, he sorry. he was
crushing you.
He was crushing me on everything he was saying about Justin Fields. He can't read a defense, and he was 100% right. I just thought maybe with him getting a chance to absolutely shine, but I was wrong. So yeah, I guess it's same old for the Jets, and it's on to next season. But
more or
who
less.
knows? Anything could happen, and we'll leave it at that. Let's move on here to what has been affectionately called the icy hot bowl. Chris, Joe Flacco, my man, Mr. Joe Cool, completes the comeback victory against one very, very grumpy old man, Aaron Rodgers. Goodness gracious, that was a game. Now, if you're a Bengals fan, and you're out there listening, are you convinced with Joe? Are you happy? Are you settling down a bit? Are you like, hey, he got us a win? It's still not Burrow. I mean, what if it were? I mean, hey, Flacco was a Jet. You know him about as well as I do, sort of. What do you think? What are you thinking about Flacco at this point, Chris?
Listen, if they could keep him upright, right? If they could protect him, listen, you got 2 world-class wide receivers out there, right? T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, right? So you just got to get somebody to get them the ball. Simple, right?
Sure.
To me, it sounds simple, and Flacco could do that. The problem is going to be like the offensive line played really well this week, right? They kind of shut down the Steelers' pass rush, I thought, pretty well. If they could keep doing that, the Bengals are going to have a shot to win every week because Flacco's going to get those guys the ball. He knows, listen, I ain't running, but those guys, let them do the work, and Chase and Higgins. I mean, you don't have a better pair of wide receivers in the league than those two guys, right? So
absolutely,
just get them the ball. And that's basically what he did, right? He found Higgins. He found receiving. He found Jamar Chase 16 times for 161 yards and a touchdown. T. Higgins, 6 catches, 96 yards and a touchdown.
Doesn't surprise me at all.
Right. Just get those guys the ball. I mean, it's pretty simple. Bengals offense, right? You got those two guys, just get them the ball. They'll do everything for you. You just got to find them and get them the ball. And I think that's and Flacco could do it. His arm is still strong.
Oh my gosh.
His arm is still there.
At what we said, he's 40 or 41 years old. That man still absolutely has a freaking cannon attached to his shoulder. And he's maybe not the most mobile, but if you give him time to set his feet and throw, that ball's going 100 yards easy. He's always had a cannon arm. And as we said, you put you could put the wrong quarterback. You put a quarterback with the right weapons, you're going to produce results. Yep. And as I said before, man, I was talking to somebody who was talking crazy about Joe, just every crazy thing you could think of. And I'm like, you don't know the Joe Flacco that I know. This man, he's still in this league, still getting phone calls from teams for a reason. And this is why.
Yep.
So,
definitely.
I mean, hey, look.
He's going to give them a chance to win every week.
Do you, well, that was my next question. Do you think realistically that Joe Flacco, until Joe Burrow is able to be back healthy, do you think Joe Flacco gives the Bengals the most hope or a realistic shot at the playoffs?
Absolutely. Until Burrow comes back, without a doubt. I mean, you've seen what their other guy was doing, Jake Browning. He was horrible since he took over. So obviously Flacco's a much better option right now. So yeah, I'm going with him without a doubt. So, and I think they got a chance this week. They got the Jets, should be a win for them. Then they got the Bears kind of showing some life now. So you never know, but then they got Pittsburgh again, the Patriots, the Ravens, the Bills, the Ravens again. Then they finish with 3 kind of easy games: Dolphins, Cardinals, and Browns. So if they could get to that point and kind of just stay in the hunt, don't lose too many of those tough games, and win a few of them, yeah, they could be in this. And then if Burrow comes back those last 2 or 3 weeks, this team might make it to the playoffs, but we'll see. A lot's got to happen, right? A lot of good stuff. Flacco's got to get incredible. His offensive line has to play so much better, and it did last week. Can it keep that up? I don't know. That's going to be the question.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Remains to be seen. Well, for now, I say congratulations to you, Joe.
Yep.
Still my man. Still proud of you, brother. Great win. Let's move on here. Man, the question after a little bit of a couple seasons in their own purgatory, you could say, after Tom Brady's exit, the Patriots finally back on top of the division. Is it fair to say that the New England Patriots under Mike Vrabel and Drake May, are they back?
I would say they're back. I mean, they're in first. They're 5-2, looking pretty good. Again, they've had a pretty easy schedule, but they did beat Buffalo in Buffalo, right?
They did
a couple of weeks
ago.
They did. So I think they're for real. Are they going to be better than Kansas City and some of these better teams? But I think they're going to be in the mix. They should make the playoffs unless they really crap the bed here the second half of the season. But they should be a playoff team. Drake May looks like the real deal, right? And he's only going to get better. This is only his second season. He's only going to get better, that kid. So,
Right.
yeah, I think the sky's the limit for this team. Right? They still got the Jet, and sadly for me, they still got the Jets twice. They still got
Right.
the Dolphins one more time. They got the Bills, who they already beat. So, they got the Bengals. That's going to determine a lot. They got the Browns this week. So I think, they definitely got a chance here to be one of the top contenders in the AFC. It's
I
crazy,
agree.
right? I don't think anybody thought that, but that's where we
No.
are right now.
Oh yeah. No, I agree 100%. And looking at their schedule here coming up, they've got some easy games coming up, or should be some easy wins, I would say. They got the 2-5 Cleveland Browns, the 3-3 Atlanta Falcons, who have showed some flashes here and there.
Yeah.
Again, Bijan Robinson is always a threat. I'd say their real test is coming up. What would that be? Week 9, 10, I think 11 at that point. It would be against the Bucks, who just came off a crazy loss to Detroit. Then they got the Jets. Then they got the Bengals. Then they got the Giants. Hey, Anthony, what's up, brother? Good to see you, man. So yeah, I mean, looking down the stretch here with the teams they've got coming up, I think also that oh man, that's a loaded question there, Tone. I don't know. I really don't know.
I'm going to say the Jets. The Ravens, I think, are going to start to bounce back. Their season, we'll talk about them when we get to their game, but I think their season starts this week. So
I would hope so. But anyway, so yeah, looking at their schedule here going forward, I agree with you 100%. I think they have a real shot here to make a statement. The game that I'm most interested in, though, is that rematch against the Buffalo Bills. Can they do it again? Can they upset the Bills twice?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Can they? That's going to be a tough. Listen, it's going to be in New England this time, right? Because they beat them in Buffalo.
Yeah.
And Buffalo's got to get that running game going, because otherwise it's going to be, Josh Allen versus the world. As usual, right?
Oh yeah.
That was the big difference with last season. Last season, Cook, actually took a lot of that pressure off of him to produce, to be Superman every game. So they got to get that running game going, and that defense looks average, I'm going to say.
Yeah.
The Buffalo Bills defense, I don't see anything special about that defense right now.
Right.
So that division is wide open for the Patriots to take, and it looks like they might take it right now.
I agree 100%. Okay. That's enough about the Patriots. As much as I can't stand them, I have to give credit where credit is due. So that's what I did.
All right.
But I don't have to like it.
No.
All right. Let's move on to probably what was easily, without doubt, the game of the week. The Broncos versus the New York Giants. Giants had this game signed, sealed, delivered. Santa Claus had the package, was getting ready to drop it down the chimney, and the Grinch absolutely stole it. 33 points, Chris. 33 in the fourth quarter. How do you do it? How do you give up that many?
I didn't think that was possible, to be honest. Right? I didn't think giving up 33 points in the fourth quarter. I really didn't think that was possible. And for a team that's really been struggling a lot on offense, right? The Broncos have been struggling, and we've seen it like the first 3 quarters of that game. They were struggling to score points.
Not a thing.
They did absolutely nothing. And then poof, they come alive, and 33 points. It's insane how that game ended. That's a really tough loss for a team that, especially head coach, he's been getting it all season. He's been getting it since last season from the fans, and it's not stopping. And now the kicker, obviously the kicker was going to lose his job. I think everybody knew that after Sunday. He could have like not taken the plane home that day and just went to his house and said, all right, thanks for the opportunity, but I'm done. Right.
Right.
So yeah,
Right.
they cut that kicker because he missed the extra point, the kick, and just
Mm.
really bad. But it shouldn't have came down to that.
Yeah.
Is the real story, right? So,
Absolutely.
but just I mean, great comeback by the Broncos, showing you what they're made of. And maybe this is a game that kind of kickstarts them because they've been kind of struggling, especially offensively. Defensively, they've been really good, and why they couldn't stop, the Giants early on in that game was kind of a shocker too, right? The first half, Giants were doing their thing against them, so we'll
Yeah.
see.
I mean, Anthony, I agree with you, man. He said, as a Jets fan, I'm a big fan of Dart and Scatterboo. Look, as well, I'm not a Giants fan, but Giants fans out there, if you're listening, on the one hand, right, what does this say about the Broncos that were able to overcome a huge deficit and not only score the points needed, but get the freaking win? And what does this say about the Giants, who we're starting to heat up, man? Like Anthony said, dude, I am with you 100%. I like Dart. I love Scatterboo. He's a freaking nut, but I'm all about that guy. What does that say about them now? Do you think this takes all the wind out of their sails, or do you think next game they're like, nope, we'll call that one whatever the hell it was, and leave it as a nightmare? How do you think this affects both teams?
I don't know. I mean, when you look, you would think it gives the Broncos that momentum going into next week, right? And it looks like, maybe that'll get their confidence on their offense going. And then on the other side with the Giants, it's going to probably do the complete opposite. I mean, what do you do? Like, what do you tell the team as a coach?
Oof.
Like, how do you bounce back after a game like that? Like, I don't know what they could do. And guess what? They play Philly next week, who they just beat a couple of weeks ago pretty bad, right? So Philly is going to want some big-time revenge at home against the Giants this week, right? So, and they also won this week. So maybe their momentum is finally kicking back to their old days. So, it's a tough spot for the Giants. I don't know how you respond to a game like that.
No.
And you're going against, oh, by the way, the defending Super Bowl champions this week. So
right.
It's a tough spot, man, because if they lose again, they're already here. The coach is already hearing that he should be fired. GM should be fired. What are you doing with this kicker? Blah, 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 blah. Right. So it's just going to get worse and worse, just like with the Jets, right? They're 0-7. Fire the coach. He's 7 games into his career, and they want to fire him as a coach.
Yeah.
Daboll's, though, been here for a while, and he's got nothing to show for it. Right. So
right.
It's just going to get louder. Those fire this guy. It's just going to get worse. So I don't know. It's going to be a tough week.
I hear you, man. I guess we'll touch on them again when we go to make our picks. But yeah, I certainly would have loved to have been a fly on a wall in that locker room after that game, and just I don't know. I don't know what you say as a coach. I don't know how you respond as a player. I don't know who you point the finger at. I don't know. I'm with you. I have no clue.
I don't know. What do you say to be like, like that was lucky. I don't know. That game.
Well, that sucks.
Right. Yeah. That's basically right. That's basically what they probably, that sucked. Thank God we're heading back east because we got to get the hell out of here. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. That's a tough spot. And to respond, like I said, they got Philly this week. That's a tough game to respond to, that you need to respond to, and you're playing against Philly. So yeah, that's tough.
All right, let's move on to the last topic here before we make our picks. Guys, if you haven't already, real quick, if you're new, welcome. Good to have you. If you're coming back, if you've seen the show before, welcome back. It's good to have you too. Make sure to hit that like button for us and hit the sub button real quick. All right. The Colts, man. Look, they are I thought the Cinderella story was going to be over long ago. I thought that Danny Dimes was going to have some flashes. He was going to have some feel good moments. We were all going to sing the praises for a minute. And then all of a sudden, skirt, that's over. Nope. Not at all. Not even a little bit. They are 6-1 on the season. They've got no signs of slowing down whatsoever. Chris, are the Indianapolis Colts secretly the best team in the NFL right now?
I think you got to say they are, right? They're 6-1. They got the best record in football right now. They're just rolling, right? Their only loss was against the Rams earlier, and they played really well and that was in LA too.
And I thought that was going to be it. I thought that was going to be the derail.
Right.
Wrong again.
They played them tough, right? We figured, all right, they played them tough. All right, they're okay. But they came back. But again, look at their schedule, right? Who have they beat this year? They beat the Dolphins, the Broncos, all right? Broncos, but they've
Broncos
struggled.
Okay.
Right. Tennessee. Then they lost to the Rams. Then they beat the Raiders. Then they beat the Cardinals. And now this week they beat the Chargers, who I don't know what they are anymore, right? I thought they were going to be good, but I have no idea. But anyway, they're 6-1. Give them all the props, all the flowers, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, they definitely deserve it. Daniel Jones has played great. almost 1,800 yards, 10 touchdowns, 3 picks. The guy that's really pulling this wagon right now is, without a doubt, it's Jonathan Taylor, right?
100%.
697 yards on the ground, 10 touchdowns. He's throw in 185 yards receiving and another touchdown. So he's accounted for 11 touchdowns, man. That guy is, if he stays healthy, we're looking at a 2,000-yard season possibly. He, to me, is the real MVP of that team, not Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones has played great. I'm not saying he hasn't, but to me, it's Jonathan Taylor. I mean, that guy is just, he's been great. His whole career, he's been really good, but he's had those seasons where he's missed a lot of games, right? So if they could keep him healthy, their rookie, Tyler Warren, the tight end, he's been really good this year too. So, yeah, this is a team that's for real, right? I mean, you're 6-1, you're 6-1. All right, you had an easy schedule, but you don't make the schedule, right? They make it up for you. So, and looking at their rest of their schedule before their bye week, their next 1, 2, 3 games is the Titans. Then they go to Pittsburgh, and then they come home to play Atlanta before the bye week. So they could be 9-1 before their bye week. I could see them winning the next 3. And then after the bye week, they do have to play Kansas City. In Kansas City, that's another.
I mean, I was going to say, out of those 3 games, at the very least, if you even want to say worst, at the very worst, you're 8-2, because I could see the Steelers being a tough game. Yeah, but still, but still, you're 8-2. That's nothing to complain about. And
that's probably how many more wins than we thought they'd have at that point, right? So
right, sure, 100%.
Right. Let's look at it that way. So, but still, 8-2. I think they would take going into the bye, and then you got the Chiefs, Texans, Jaguars, Seahawks, 49ers, Jaguars again, and then the Texans. Right? So not exactly the toughest schedule. So again, this is another team that with the Patriots, we're probably going to see in the playoffs this year. And, who knows? Who would have thought? Colts in the Super Bowl. I hope, because I know no average football fan did it, but I hope an Indianapolis Colts, before the season started, put some money on the Colts going to the Super Bowl, because everybody does that with their team, right? They're like, oh, let me throw 10, if they're bad. Like I know the Jets, right? We're like, let's throw $10, right? It's like 1,000 to 1 that they're going to win the Super Bowl,
right?
Or whatever, right? And you think, maybe they'll do it. But maybe, listen, if someone did that with the Colts, they got a legit shot at a Super Bowl here. It's sure crazy to think that.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. That's why, like I said, ladies and gents, every week, I know at this point you can set your watch to it. I say the same thing every week. It's the previous week was insane. That's because it is. This season has been so freaking unpredictable. I can't remember a season like this, because everything has been by the book. The Chiefs are going to the Super Bowl. The Bills are going to be great until they're not. The Ravens are going to be great until they're not. the Eagles are going to be great. Yeah, the only thing that's still true is that the Eagles are decent. Like, the Chiefs hasn't performed well. The Ravens are ass. I mean, everything is just. I don't have words for it.
It kind of like it's early in the season, so you're kind of waiting for things to settle down, right?
Yeah.
Everything is kind of up and down like that, but things will settle down, especially the next couple of weeks, going into, especially going into like Thanksgiving. When you get to those games,
yeah,
I think who everybody is by then, right?
Yeah.
All right, this team is that team is that. We know Kansas City, right? We'll know Indianapolis. If they go into the bye 9-1, right?
Oh,
You'd
my.
be like, oh, they're for real. New England, especially with their schedule coming up, it's not that tough. So some of these teams, though, the other teams we want to see, like we've seen Jacksonville this week real quick. Again, they didn't look impressive, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Jacksonville's back to the way we kind of seen them the last few years. They're better, but not – I don't think they're a playoff caliber team.
Yeah.
They're going to be right there. I still think Baltimore is going to be in it by the end of the season. Buffalo, we got to see them step it up, right?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people had them going to the Super Bowl. They don't look like a Super Bowl team right now, but there's still a lot of season left here. So
sure.
Next couple of weeks, we'll see who's who for sure.
I agree. All right, guys. Well, look, this is the part of the show where we want you guys to get involved. Make your picks right along with us. Let's go Buffalo.
All right.
Absolutely.
Pipe down over there. Go Buffalo.
All right. This is the part of the show where we want you guys to get involved, make your picks right along with us. It's the Week 8 picks. Here we go. Let's start off. The best place to start is the beginning, so let's start there. The Los Angeles Chargers versus the Minnesota Vikings this Thursday, 8:15 prime time. What do you think, Chris?
Man, I do not like Minnesota's offense with Carson Wentz.
I agree.
And you know what? And JJ McCarthy now is missing another week. He's missing all these weeks to play and to develop into, hopefully a franchise quarterback. So I don't know. I don't trust Minnesota anymore. The Chargers, they have been so inconsistent this year. They've been having problems, especially on defense. I think they'll find a way to win this game, though. So I'm going to go Chargers.
Yeah, I agree with you. Man, like the way that they came out and presented themselves at the beginning of the season, those first couple games, especially getting new man on, context, explain. The way they presented themselves the first couple games, especially getting that huge win the beginning of the season against the Chiefs. Yeah, we were all on board the Los Angeles train, but then all of a sudden wheels started falling off quick. I think this game is going to be ugly. But I agree with you. They're going to squeak this one out. Small margins though. I'm going with the Chargers too.
Yeah, I'm with you.
All righty. Up next, we got the Atlanta Dirty Birds versus the Miami Good Lords.
Yeah,
they need to just
Miami is that's another team that just needs to put their papers in and kind of end the season early, right? They look just god awful. They just, they were coming into the season not looking great, right? Looking like a team that was just kind of a Walking Dead type of, just like. So, there's going to be major changes. I don't know if it's going to happen during the season, but there's definitely going to be coaches fired and whatever. So, I would stay away from Miami the rest of the season. Unless they play the Jets, then maybe, all right, you'll pick them. But no, definitely. You got to go the Falcons at home here.
I agree 100%. I think Bijan has a crazy game, just goes off. I think this could be game of the year for him, not the team, for him. But yeah, Miami is the epitome of dumpster fire right now. And no amount of water is putting that one out. So
Yeah.
Atlanta, pretty easy. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I know. On 3, Chris. Cincinnati versus the Jets. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Cincinnati. Flacco should have no
Sure.
problem in this game, but yeah, it's probably going to be an ugly game early on, just because the Jets defense has been playing better the last couple of weeks, right? Against Denver a couple of weeks ago, and then this week against the Panthers. But they've been playing much better, so I think they'll keep the game close for a little bit. But you know what? It's just a matter of time, man, before Chase and Higgins gets loose, right? So,
oh man,
you got to go Cincy here.
Yeah, I think it's not far, but before we see just Jamar and Higgins just streaking down the field, and like we said, Joe's still got that cannon arm. I
just throw it in the vicinity, and then one of those guys will get it.
One of those guys will catch it.
Don't worry
right.
about it.
100%. So I don't think much more needs to be said on that one.
No.
Next up, New England in New England versus the Cleveland Browns.
You know what? The Browns have looked better, especially with the rookie in there, Dylan Gabriel. But against the Patriots this week, I don't know. It might be a little too much. I like the Patriots at home. We were just talking about how good they've looked so far, and they're back on top of that of the division.
Right.
Ugh, I didn't think it would be this fast, but yeah. I think I'll get the Patriots. I think it'll be a close game, though. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think the Browns will keep it close. Their defense is really good, so I'll go Patriots though in a close game.
Yeah, I still like their defense. I say it every time. Like I said, Myles Garrett is 100% the heartbeat of that franchise, let alone that defense. But I just, man, I love the way that Drake May has been rocking and rolling for the Patriots. Sucks because, like I said, I am the furthest thing from a Patriots fan, but I just got to call it the way it is, man. He is absolutely revitalized that team along with Mike Vrabel, as we've said before. Any team in the league right now would be lucky to have Mike as a coach. So I think I don't know. I don't think this one is going to be as close. I think there's going to be a good chunk of a deficit, but I still think it's going to be a good game though.
Yeah.
But, I agree with you though. I'm going with the Patriots. Okay. Up next, we have. Oh, you got that? Oh, you're
that
going.
one.
No, we got. I got the rematch: Philadelphia versus Giants.
Okay.
So we talked about this one. Oh man! After again, as we said before, don't want to beat a dead horse. We've already talked about it here, but to me, if I'm the Giants, right, after what just happened to us, to them, to us, like I played for the team, after what just happened to them, like you have the satisfaction of knowing that you are capable of beating this team. You've already done it. Can you do it twice? That's the question. There's still a part of me that wants to pick the Giants in this game, but after giving up 33 in the fourth, I don't know how anybody could feel comfortable.
Yeah.
So I guess I have to go with Philly.
Yeah. I'm with you, man. I don't know how the Giants are going to respond to that game, right? To them losing that game on Sunday, giving up, like you said, 33 points in the fourth quarter. I really don't know how they're going to respond. If they come out and at least play a decent game, that'll show me a lot about that team, right? Just if they keep it close against Philly, I think that'll show a lot. It may not be close, but I'm with you with Philly. I think it's got a chance to be a little bit of a little bit of not a blowout, but 2-score game, but not too crazy, like a 30-15 game or something like that. But I'm going to go Philly. And just for the Giants, hopefully they bounce back a little bit, not too much, because I don't want to see them beat Philly, but it'll be interesting to see how they respond. It'll show you a lot about the coaching and about the players.
Right. Yeah, 100%. I think this is going to be a game to pay attention to. I really do. I really do. I'm gonna catch it if I can. All right. Up next, we got the Buffalo Bills coming off their bye week against the Carolina Panthers at home. Go Buffalo.
This should be an easy Buffalo win here. I'm definitely going to say easy Buffalo win. I think Bryce Young is out for the Panthers too, right? Didn't he hurt his ankle or something? Mm-hmm. So I think, and not that he's that big of a difference, but now instead of him, you got, I think Andy Dalton will be the starting quarterback for the Panthers. So,
oh my,
you've seen him a lot with the Bengals. So,
right.
So I think Buffalo bounces back here and they have a big game against Carolina.
Yeah, me too. I think, again, Buffalo, there's been some games where Josh Allen has looked questionable and I mean, yeah, they're 4-2, so I guess it would be in the 2 losses, but even some of those wins were not that impressive, to be honest with you. Like, I think, this is going to be, like we said, I think this is going to be a tee-off game, a nice, healthy reintroduction after your bye week. But after that, man, I think, you know what? As a Buffalo fan, I think jury's still out.
Yep.
I think they're going to get the win on this one, but jury's still out here.
I agree.
Okay. I don't want to talk about it.
Well, I'll say it for you.
Okay.
Listen, they have to. This is I've been saying it. Like, their season starts this week, right? Forget about 1-5, right? Just forget about it. Their season starts this week, right? They're at 1-5. So, how many more losses do you think they could take on and still make the playoffs? I would think 2 at the most, right? 10 wins and 7 losses is probably borderline getting into the playoffs. This year, nobody's running away with it, so I think 10 wins will get you, right? So they got 2 more games, like, all right, we lost. Look at it that way. They got 2 more like that. They've used up 5. So they got 2 more, bad games in them to do. But their season starts this week. They need wins. What? I know the Bears have been playing better of late, the past couple of weeks. Yes, they have. But you know what? Lamar Jackson, he didn't practice. Did he practice? Oh, no, he didn't practice today, right?
Nope.
I'm sure he's practicing tomorrow. I'm sure he'll be back this week. I cannot see him missing it again. So if he's back, he's going to have a big game. This offense is going to score. There's no more excuses. The guys on defense are coming back this week, right? A couple of guys are coming back.
Couple guys, yeah.
Yeah. To me, there's no excuse. Every team is dealing with injuries. You mentioned San Fran not too long ago, right? Like, they're just winning games and they got everybody hurt. But you know what? They won again. They're 5-2. They're tied for first in their division.
That's right.
Nobody's going to be crying for Baltimore if we got injuries. Okay, so does everybody else. So I say Baltimore wins this week, and they're going to start on a nice run.
Okay. So I picked Baltimore too. But here's the thing. As far as I'm aware, the jury on Lamar Jackson is that he is still technically out for this Sunday. Now, if he is out, that means that Harbaugh is most likely going to go with Cooper Rush over Huntley, which, again, I think that's a terrible move. Huntley has history with the team, and while he is not Lamar Jackson, and everybody knows it, He still has some of the characteristics. I'm talking scrambling. He's still got some wheels on him. If you want a decent shot, start Huntley over Rush. I already know it's not going to happen though. My hope is that Lamar shows up. That being said, all the things that I am hearing about this team, we talked about how much of in disarray Miami is. Apparently there is a lot going on behind the scenes with this team to where it sounds like they are seconds away from going on strike. It's not even me being funny. It's that is the temperature in this locker room right now. These guys are fed up. They don't want to play. It's even gone to the point to where they're making anonymous quotes to reporters speaking about the team so that reporters have allowed them to stay anonymous so that they don't get in trouble within the organization. That's how bad it's gotten.
Yeah, that's horrible. That's not good.
No, it's not. If Lamar doesn't come back, then we lose another one, because this team has been making every quarterback, every offense look like superstars against us right now. And as you mentioned, the Bears are on a win streak. My only hope, it's Star Wars, Chris. It's Star Wars. Help me, Lamar Jackson. You're my only hope. It's so hard, and something tells me to pick Chicago, but I'm holding out hope that Lamar shows up.
I think either way, whether he plays or not, they got to win. They have to. They have to.
Listen.
I'm telling you, their season starts this week. They got they had the bye week. You had an extra week. You got some guys back on defense. Defense should be much better. So now it's on the offense. Figure it out. Give friggin' Derrick Henry the ball 40 times if you have to. But you got to move the ball, right? You got to score points. You can't go into a game and score. What they score? 7 or 3 or 10 or whatever it was, right?
I think 3. I believe it was 3.
Yeah. So it's time. Excuse. Figure it out, man. Figure it out.
Yeah.
That's
all
it.
Right. All right. Up next, we got the ever resilient San Francisco 49ers at Houston. Look, as we've been saying all year, this team is the definition of no excuses. Okay. Like I said, and I'm going to say this and quickly move on for it. If I'm the Baltimore Ravens, call the damn 49ers. Talk to them. Whatever they're saying in their locker room, adapt it, live by it, and do it. Because the Niners have probably one of the most beat up teams in the league right now, and they're still finding ways to win. And they're going to find a way to win this Sunday. I'm going 49ers all the way.
Yeah, because the Texans are not good this year, right? They have not looked good at all this season. So, off the bench, right? And the Niners, yeah, I'm going to go with the Niners just because they've looked better this whole season. The Texans have not. Their offensive line is a complete mess. I don't know. I don't like the Texans at all. I did coming into the season. I didn't think they'd be bad like this, but yeah, you got to pick the 49ers because you know what? They're figuring it out. They're figuring out how to win, right? Okay, this guy's hurt. You know, their 2 best defenders are out. Their linebacker Fred Warner and Boza done for the year. But you know what? You wouldn't see it. You wouldn't know by how they're playing. So
how they're playing, right?
I mean,
that's the thing. It's offense and defense. They have lost key players on both sides of the ball, and they're still winning.
Yeah, they're figuring it out. Next man up, whatever way you want to call it. they're figuring it out. So yeah, I'm gonna go San Fran.
All right, up next. I think this is another one that doesn't need much explanation. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the New Orleans Saints in New Orleans.
Yeah, like you said, it's Tampa Bay, man, is, they're again, yeah, they got injuries too, right? Mike Evans, we said it earlier, they're probably done. He's probably done for the season.
Yes.
Godwin, I don't know if he's Goodwin. I don't know if he's coming back, but yeah, I think Tampa Bay wins this one. Saints, they won a couple of games. They won a game or so early in the year, but they're not playing that good anymore. So I'm gonna go Bucks in this one. Should be an easy one.
I agree. Bucks all the way. All right, up next in Denver, the Denver Broncos versus the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is it's interesting because just with the Giants, how they're gonna respond, how the Broncos are gonna respond. It should be positive, but
should be positive.
But man, like that's like an exhausting, physically, mentally mental game after that. That game that we seen between the Giants and the Broncos. So,
right,
I'm gonna say the Broncos, but the Cowboys have played really well this season.
Yes,
surprisingly. Right? They traded away Parsons. Everybody thought, including me, I thought, they're done, but they're hanging in, man. 3-3-1. I think it's going to be a good game. Should be a tight game because Prescott's having a really good season as well. Broncos squeeze it out.
I think so.
They should.
I think so. I think whenever you go to Mile High, you're fighting against the elements. It's getting colder. Yeah, the Broncos are built for this time of year. Okay, this is their bread and butter. If any team is built for cold weather games, it's the Broncos. And playing at home, I don't see why they don't get the win on this one.
Yeah, I agree. I'm with you.
All right. Up next, another game that needs little to no introduction. The Colts versus the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah.
The Colts.
The Colts should handle this. I mean, we're just praising them as the best team in football, and you could argue the Titans are the worst team in football, so you would think this should be an easy game, right? So,
right.
But it is the divisional game, so, but Colts should win.
Agreed.
Yeah.
All right. Up next, the Green Bay Packers in Pittsburgh versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Sunday. Prime SNF, Sunday Night Football, prime time, 8:20. Oh man, this is a team with two great defenses. I like.
Real quick, TBK. Try to guess. I don't know if you know this, but do you know what the point spread is in this game? I wouldn't have guessed this, but Pittsburgh is home. Do you think Pittsburgh should be the favorite?
I think.
Green Bay is a 3-point favorite.
I was going to say 3 points, but I was going to favor Pittsburgh. Okay.
Yeah, I was surprised.
Look, I like both defenses, but I like Pittsburgh's offense just a little bit more. I really think this is going to be the first defensive slugfest game of the year. That being said, the environment, Pittsburgh at home, it always kills me, but I got to go with the Steelers.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I mean, Green Bay's defense did come alive last week. Their offense still has been a little sluggish, right? Jordan Love but man, I think you're right. I think it's going to be one of those defensive, low-scoring games, maybe like a 2017 or 17-13 type game, whatever. But I'm with you. I think Pittsburgh is going to sneak this one out. I don't know how. I don't know why, but I've been watching, the games that I've watched Green Bay, even though they're 4-1 and they got the tie against the Cowboys, they have not looked that impressive.
Yeah.
They just haven't, right? But they're winning games, and that's all that matters. And Pittsburgh too, but I think, like you said, being at home Sunday night, prime time, I'll take Pittsburgh in a tight
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely think it's going to be close. Like I said, I think it's going to be a defensive slugfest 100%. And if old man Rodgers can calm the hell down and not be so damn grumpy, I think he can, perform in this one. I don't think there's going to be a repeat with him and Flacco. So, like I said, close game for sure, though.
Yep.
Okay. Last but not least, Monday Night Football, prime time, 8:15. Thank God there's no doubleheader.
Yeah.
Kansas City Chiefs versus the absolutely struggling, another team that I had high hopes for, Washington Commanders. Jaden Daniels, man, he just can't stay upright.
And he might miss the game too, I think, right? Does he have a hamstring issue?
I think so. And I'm telling you, I think that is I've said it a million times. Jaden Daniels is to the Commanders what Lamar Jackson is to the Ravens. And I think that Kansas City's defense is going to take full advantage of the fact that Jaden is not on the field.
Yeah. And here's a little fact about this. In their history, Kansas City and Washington, they've only played 11 times coming into this game. Kansas City has won 10 out of the 11 games.
Oh, wow.
So,
oof.
So if you want to add that to your pick as well, but I mean, before I seen that, I was picking Kansas City anyway.
Yeah.
Because they've played really well the last couple of weeks, and Washington's been kind of iffy. So I like Kansas City also. They're starting they got Rashee Rice back, right, this week.
Right.
He scored 2 touchdowns already. It's like, here we go. Right. So
I agree. It's like I said, Washington's been too inconsistent. And I think, like I said, I think Jaden being off the field really hurts his team because he too is, can make, sherbet out of shit. So like, so I think Kansas City, you know what? I'd even have to say, I think Kansas City wins this one pretty handily.
Yeah.
I'd have to say. I hate to say it, but I have to say it. So, well, all right, ladies and gents, that's our picks. Thank you to everybody who watched the show. Thank you for picking along with us. We appreciate it. We did try going on at a different time tonight. Probably, I don't know. What do you think, Chris? Back to the usual time next week?
Yeah, we can. I mean, try different things, I'm always up for whatever. So,
all righty, guys. So we will see you guys next week, next Tuesday, regular time, 7 p.m. Make sure to catch us live right here on YouTube. Make sure to follow us, Instagram and TikTok, Flight Club Football. If you guys haven't already, if you could, before you end up dipping on out of here, I gotta find it. There it is. If you guys haven't already, make sure to hit that like button. It lets YouTube know that you like what you see and you want to see more of what you like. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you do, turn on all post notifications so that you never miss anything that Flight Club does, like picking games and talking about things and stuff and whatnot. Okay, hold on. There we are. For Flight Club Football, I have been your host, TBK, the Baltimore Kid. That is Chris Pizaya. We will see you next Tuesday live, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on YouTube. Chris, what is the first rule of Flight Club?
Talk about Flight Club.
Somebody. Anybody.
Yeah, other than us.
Tell your friends and tell your friends' friends, and then tell them to tell them.
Right.
Y'all take care. We'll see you next week. See ya.
Take care.